just as a little like blurb thing, I logged in and I was sitting in this chair when I logged out, and now I'm sitting in the floor. So I just okay, it's funny. All right, welcome back to Journey Through Eorzea. We're finally into part 3 after all the technical hiccups. So more back-end things to share. I spent a bunch of time trying to figure out why sometimes when I was watching the videos, why they were getting pixelated, because I was like, I just export it and then put it on. I don't understand why it looks weird. I've learned a lot of technical stuff like compression and bit rates and all sorts of things like that. I'm not going to pretend that the work I've done is going to make this look great, because YouTube and Rumble both compress the videos anyway. But I'm hoping that it'll be I'm hoping like 10% better. So that it won't look so bad. The audio, the visual, video files will probably think it looks ugly, but that's not really the point of this anyway. It's just to be legible. But I went through, did some test recordings, did some trials. Spoiler: Stormblood trials are rough when you don't remember them. Anyway, so hopefully the next set of videos will look even better than the old ones, because I'm working on kind of streamlining the bitrate so that it doesn't drop and spike it, because I have to hit that target of thing. Anyway, that's boring. That's not why you're here. Let's move on. So last time we talked to the sylphs, and we achieved not letting them summon Rama. That's not going to happen. So now we're looking at maybe Garuda and figure out what La Mhigan is up to. So we're going to figure out what's going on with that. What, does it be voiced or not? Nope. I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Tiberius. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as La Mhigan. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians. Only destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fear proves to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effects that they have information on a potential sighting. This is the intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak to the Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Tiberius. Quest accepted. Alright. So. We'll do that. Where are we going? We're going to the Hall of Flames. That is in Ul'dah, obviously, and the Ul'dah is in where it is. So you know what that means. That means Chocobo Porters. I know, yes, I know. It's we, in this video series, we love Chocobo Porters. Anyone who hates Chocobo Porters, I mean, you can be mad about it, but I'm just saying, we love Chocobo Porters. Other news, just thinking of the name La Mhigan triggered a memory for me. Back in the day, when I played Pokemon Go, I had a Leafeon, and that Leafeon was named La Mhigan. Not for any particular reason, I needed a name for it, and I was like, hey, that's a cool name, so we'll do that. So, yeah. So my La Mhigan Leafeon, was he a really good Leafeon? No, it's kind of mid, but, it was a Leafeon named La Mhigan, and you can't ask for much more than that. But, yeah, so, trying to think. Yeah, I don't remember what happens next. I am completely in the dark. I only remember bits and pieces. Again, that's kind of the theme of this entire series, right? Is that I only remember bits and pieces. And I know Garuda comes up at some point. Because she's the second trial, right? But I kind of want to look up and see what the next trial or the next dungeon is, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter, I guess, right? But we'll get there when we get there, I guess. Also, eagle-eyed people will notice that I was a cut between when I walked up to Minfilia and when I didn't. For background, my wife and I went out because it was supposed to be Aurora Borealis going on outside. Went outside, it is ice cold outside where I live, and it was a whole 7 degrees. And so we went out there and froze outside for like 5, 10, no, probably like 10 minutes. And then we're like, wow, this is awful. I mean, my wife loved it because she likes being cold. I'm not a fan. So I was like, yeah, this is fine. But I don't see anything. Because we've seen like some serious auroras where I live. But this was not the case. And so we quickly came back. Well, I won't say quickly. We eventually came back inside. And then I resumed my recording. So, you know, it is what it is. If I really want to be a snark, what I could have done is use the 8th right tickets for the Gridania, gone to Gridania, then taken the airship directly in. But I am way too cool for that. So Peach E, level 100 Monk. Monk is one of the few classes in this game. I mean, I can't say I've leveled all the classes. In fact, I definitely haven't. But Monk is one of my lower classes as far as things go. I think I'm only like maybe in the 30s. You know, let's look at it. Let's look at it. So here's my job board real quick. As you can see, Bard is 100. You know, Red Mage is 90 because that was the last expansion. White, I had my Scholar to 93, right? Paladin 90. Everything else is low level. Marauder I only played with my wife, and that's why it's level 16 because that's as far as we got. And then, as you can see, if you look at Pugilist is 26, so I was wrong. I didn't even get to Monk. I'm still a Pugilist. So there, and I think I just got to Black Mage. My friend was like, yeah, you gotta play Black Mage. Oh, and I did ask one time someone I did mention early on, I was like, I'm gonna look and see. I can't actually type yet until I let off the pedal. I said, let's look at the playtime, so let's take a look at the playtime. So I have 87 days, 21 hours, and 23 minutes on this account. I've been playing since like 2014, so I managed 87 days, which seems low. I'm gonna be real. I think when they show you hours, when I used to play on Steam more, it was way crazy. It was like, oh, you have so many, like, you know, thousands of hours or whatever. What do you consider like 24 hours in a day? I'm not good at math. Please don't ask me to. Oh, I just realized I walked away without actually doing what I was supposed to do. I'm such a dunce cap. But yeah, no. I just was like, yeah, I did everything I needed to do, and then I ran away. In fact, I was talking to that guy. I didn't even read what he said, and then I walked away. Man, I'm really nailing it. Okay, well, let's ignore that, and let's just go on with where we're going. We're going to pretend I didn't make that mistake and wasn't too focused on dumb stuff that doesn't matter. Okay, so we got to go to... Where is this? This is Camp Drybone. So we'll take yet another Choco Porter, because we're an absolute G. We'll take that out to Camp Drybone, and then make our way to Big Bridge, High Bridge, whatever. Ink Camus. Tell me about yourself, Ink Camus. But yeah, when you have like 87 days or whatever, I mean, like, I'm not good at math. Like, I'm just not going to pretend I am. I got a little more, a slight more flair for English, a slight flair for history. However, math is not my strong suit. I am thankful that when I was in school and they said, yeah, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket all the time. They were absolutely wrong about that. We all have calculators in our pockets, so get stunted on, teachers from the early 2000s. You didn't have a chance. So... Okay, so based on what I just read, I actually asked my phone again. You know, how many hours is in? I thought I had like 3,000 hours in this game. I do not. I have like just over 2,000, like 2,100-ish, give or take. But still, 2,100 hours is nothing. Like, you gotta think, like 87 days of my life have been spent either playing this game or bare minimum. I mean, the minimum amount of that is idling. I don't idle much in the game. If I'm not playing the game, I usually turn it off in most cases. You might get like 10 minutes here and there, but that's about it. That's a big Sabatender over there. I bet I could kill that and get more Centurios healed. Do I want to do that? Do I want to? You know what? We can't just follow the script around here. We got to do cool stuff, and one of the cool things we got to do is we got to go kill this thing. Let's go kill this thing. First pro tip: jump really good. Not like me. Don't do what I'm doing because it's bad. And then oh no, that one. There we go. And then get Mjolnir on the field like an absolute gangster. All right, Mjolnir, shoot me, buddy. We're gonna kill this giant thing. Come on, my man. He's trying to throw out the sick moves. Oh gosh. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, and I got an achievement for it. Everybody just saw that. I got Mark of the Desert A. Look at that, guys. We're the absolute heroes now. We did it, and we're gonna ride Mjolnir the rest of the way to Camp Drybone. It was worth it. We got an achievement. Can't argue with that. I like Chivos. So, fun thing, when I was playing Xbox version, it had all these achievements for stuff that I'd already done. Like, oh yeah, you gotta do this, and this quest, and that quest. I'm like, I've already done all that. So when I started playing the game on Xbox, because I've mentioned before, I prefer to play console. It's just my way to... I want to turn it on, I want to play. I don't want to screw around with... Like, this whole thing I've done with the video settings I mentioned earlier on in this video, that was basically what I want to avoid in every way for... I can go just cut through here. In every way for like just playing games. I don't want to mess with drivers or any of that stuff. I just want to go in. I want to play the game, and I've had way more trouble doing that on PC than I ever did in console. So I was like, let's just not deal with that, right? So, that was my brain. I just train of thought. Anyway, yeah. So I'm trying to do it. I'm doing it. I'm remembering my train of thought. I'm staying focused on the topic. So when I transferred over to Xbox, when the Xbox version of the game came out, all these achievements were like 99%, and I was like, I don't understand. I haven't unlocked them. And then one day, I just got a random achievement for something, and that started a torrent of getting like 23 achievements on Xbox all at once. And I was like, oh, well, there they are finally. But that was like a year and something into the launch, so... All right, let's see what Hihibaru has to say. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, perhaps you'll learn a thing or two, eh? Very coy, this man. When the Order of the Naldthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes the Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the near-endless beastman raids, folks are too afraid to come to the Malm here. I sold everything I owned to get a venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out, but if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares, spend a bit of coin, and help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah. If I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, by vague rumors, all I've got. If you want to know more about him, go ask the other merchants. Man, Hihibaru, I feel bad. You can't sell me anything. I can't... You're like, buy something, and then I'm like, hey, I'll buy something, and then you're like, nah, man, I got nothing for you to buy. That's false pseudo-advertising, so... I'm kind of frustrated about it. Let's go see what's up. Multiloquent merchant, whatever. I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere around Fanland too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Alright. On the trail of a masked man, I've heard of him, but only of hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe and looks like right suspicious, and that's all I can say, little though it is. Oh yeah, man. We got a fate. It's like the super fancy bridge fate. I feel like there's an achievement for this. Are we actually... Alright, would I be a scumbag? You know what? Alright, we're doing it. I haven't done the high bridge fate in a really long time, and there's actually, if there was no one else here doing it, I would not do it. But there actually are people here doing it, so we're gonna do it. This is mostly a main story quest recap, but I'll tell you what, I'm not above doing cool stuff like that. Also, I redid my targeting, so it would only target enemies, and it still targets stuff I don't want to, so I'm gonna have to dig into that yet again. I don't know, I think it is loosely better than it was. But the good news is that, you know, it's fake news or whatever. So, oh, the Kieran guy. You guys think they're all that in the bag of chips? They are not. If the targeting is loosely better, but I still target stuff I don't want to sometimes. But yeah, no, if there was no one else doing it, if this warrior wasn't here, I wouldn't do it. But there is a warrior here, and thus I will do it. And if I didn't say that already, I'm saying it again, so. No, you can't break the boxes. They're my boxes. No. This fate is unique in that it's a 3-parter. And so... Ah! You didn't ask for this, you didn't want this, but suddenly you're targeting things and your camera's in a bad spot. I suddenly was so tempted to talk to that guy over there because it's part of my quest, but then I was like, no, don't do that. Come on. There we go. We're not losing a box, not a single one. Not a single one on my watch. Imagine if I was able to do this at like a level 100. I would just melt every kick here and here. You know, maybe I'm crazy. I don't think the Kikirin has a beast tribe. Or at least not one that you, like, interact with. Keep trying to unmute my mic, or mute my mic when I have to, like, clear my throat, but it is not cooperating whatsoever. So, apologies in advance if I miss one or two. Come on, baby, we almost got it. The fancy one, the music. Oh, it's the fancy one, the music changed. Alright, what we got? The robot. Now what? More peeps? More peeps? Enough peeps. I don't need any more peeps, man. Or really, they're going all in. Help me, warrior man. Help me. Use like the fattest like provokes you've ever used in your life. Alright, there we go. Solid clear on that. The guy's thing is like, he's 9,999 apparently. He's a professional. I don't know what that title means. That's the thing. Titles are cool until you realize you don't know what they mean, and then they go, oh, they're actually not. You know, like that mean anything. You'll not break the crates on my watch. Blast blades need to like pick up the. Oh, I actually have a song at this level. I tried playing earlier, and I was like when I was trying to calibrate video, and like I hadn't had to use any of my songs or anything in a while. And I was like, wow, I realized I hadn't played a song in like 5 minutes, and I was like, oh. I was just focused on my positioning and like actually shooting stuff. I'm also really bad about keeping my dots up. I've probably mentioned that at some point, but... So I'm just like sitting there focusing on my dots, focusing on like paying attention to like where I'm at, like what things am I dodging, like, right? Like pay attention to all that stuff. Wow, there are a lot of... We lost a supply. Alright, where do we lose? It's probably on the other side of the thing, right? I'll bet you. I'm so offended right now. You know, I depended on you. I depended on you, warrior guy. You weren't supposed to let me down. I keep trying. I tried so hard and I got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter. Well, I say that like that's gonna like fail us because we lost one crate with just 2 people doing this bit. It's not over yet. Mada. Oh man, we lost one. We lost another supplies. Stop him. Stop him. Stop the Kikirn. Stop these peasants from damaging this further. We cannot allow it. They're nerds. Trying to do fancy things to stop them, it's not working. I'm bad at this game. I'm bad at this video game. Terrible. Oh no. More Kikirn. Oh, there's a big guy over there. Oh my gosh, I feel so dumb. I wonder why it's taking so long. It's because someone's supposed to be doing one thing, and we're supposed to be doing the other thing. And, like, meanwhile, I've been sitting there fighting them off, and we're not even doing anything. And I think that warrior guy left because he's a bad person. Here I am just sitting there doing... Alright, we're just gonna try and, like, burn this guy down. I just completely oblivious. I was like, this is usually, like, when bosses show up, and then it's like, oh, well, where's the bosses? It's like, because they're not here. And I thought we had an understanding, me and the warrior guy, and then he left. But I don't quit in the middle, alright? It's not how this works. We're not doing that. No one called Tiberius Fox a quitter. So... Unless we're talking about, like, quitting bad habits, at which time I am super cool. I quit all my bad habits. Said some guy at some point. Alright, so no supplies are left. We got 5 out of 6 residents remaining. Apparently they're murdering everybody, which is not ideal. I'm trying to burn them down. Come on, Mjolnir, you can do it. No, Mjolnir, don't die. I need you to not die. No! Oh, man. It's just getting worse. That warrior abandoning me is the worst thing that ever happened. I don't know if he got pulled into a dungeon or what, but... I'm getting abandonment issues already as we speak. Help me, Mjolnir. You're the only chance I have. Oh gosh, I'm dying. Help me, heal me. That's right. Use Choco Cure. No, I ran out of time. No. That was brutal. Not only did I run out of time, I looked over the mic levels and it's like apparently I shouted. I'm sorry. All right, let's continue the quest here. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Kikirn raids. None but the most devout pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, I was just in part of a big Kikirn raid. And it was, you know, sad. I just can't believe I blew it by, like, not paying attention to that thing. But then again, all the boxes probably would have been destroyed. That is really a fate that, like, requires, like, more than at least one person. But, you know, it's alright. Let's see what Hihi Baru has to say. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much abuse. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. Kikirn raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, but like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye on you, or eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. I did not realize that Hihibaro had yet the next quest. I finally got some honest-to-God's information about your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man, your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kikirn appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, I came in an idea... Sorry about it. Let's... Mulligan. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. if you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It would be dangerous, and I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Why, yes, I would. So I went back and looked at it, and I was originally going to edit out the entire fate because I felt silly about like wasting a bunch of time trying to do a fate there. And then I was like, you know what? Like, this is an adventure, all right? Like, I don't... Oh, that looks different. It's like the way the water is hitting it, reflecting the light or whatever. I've just never seen it look like that. But no, I was just thinking about it, and I was like, you know, I could edit it out or whatever, but like, it's my adventure. You know, I think we can all live through a 5-minute, you know, or whatever, a detour on that. Speaking of which, you know, we'll make up for it a little bit. We'll ride me all there to the next destination. What if this is that little cave that I've seen or something? I can't remember. Smoldering coal to specific specified location. Maybe, maybe not. No, it's not, because the cave thing is to the left. It's over there. Anyway. Oh, is that another big thing? It's a big thing. Oh, we gotta fight the big thing. I'm getting really distracted today. Apologies. But, like, I'm just like, can I turn it down, really? I mean, could you? I can't. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Did he hit me with that? I think he did. He did. He petrified me. Petrified for 30 seconds? No. Not that. I can't believe this. Well, we'll get out eventually. He's almost dead. In fact, he might die of poison. Oh! I love this. I won through poison and Mjolnir. Good job, Mjolnir. Actually, Mjolnir didn't do either. He's also petrified. This guy walks along, notices 2 petrified people, petrified dude and petrified chocobo. Don't mind us. Just petrified people. Don't mind us. Almost there. I'm still paralyzed though. 3, 2, 1. I mean, I can't turn down Centaurio seals, you know. Oh, I got some eggs. Oh, these people look the same point I am? They are. They are the same exact point I am. But that's like their first OG time. Alright, yeah. Overzealous killing. Lol. Are we like all just fighting the same dude? That's kind of cool. I don't remember ever being able to do that before. Like, usually everyone had to spawn... Maybe I'm misremembering it, but it seems like it was like, oh yeah, everyone just kind of rides their own dude and then gets there or whatever. That was cool, though. Imagine if you were actually like playing the game with your friends. Like, imagine having friends, right? You're having friends and then you're doing your thing. And then suddenly, you know, you find that your friends... you know, you guys can do quests together. That's cool. Well, my one complaint about Final Fantasy XIV, really, I mean, in the long run, is there's just not like a lot to do with your friends when you're doing like MSQ stuff. Because when you're doing the MSQ, if you could share doing everything but the trials too, then I think that would be better. But you know, what do I know? Hang on, let's see. Let's talk to Hihibaru first. Back so soon? We're able to find any clues leading to your masked man. Gasp. And I'm saying gasp. The scroll, it bears a prayer to Rhalgr, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rhalgr is the guardian deity of Ala Mhigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It is highly uncommon for folk from other nations to revere him. I wager my last guild that your assailant was Ala Mhigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? The Ala Mhigan bandit you had a run-in with somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to go pick up the trail again, you should head to Little Ala Mhigo, over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination of those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and the intents for purposes, it is a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not concerned how much help as she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to a little Ala Mhigo. Her name is Hira, and she shouldn't be hard to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged for you to send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose that's it then. I hope that you would linger here a while, cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Whatever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Well, thank you, Hihibaru. That was very nice of you. So, alright, so... ride our turtle thing, we'll go to a little Ala Mhigo. Going to Southern Thanalan. Is there? Yep, there is a path to Southern Thanalan. To Southern Thanalan! Anyway, I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, so like what I was getting at is that like all right, so one of the comparisons I make is like Destiny, right? Like, for people who played Destiny. Wasn't really big into Destiny 2, but Destiny 1 I spent a lot of time playing. And the thing about Destiny was that you could do public events, which are basically fates, right? You could do like any dungeon, so to speak, which is like any mission, right? Together. You could do PvP together. You know, go on special quests together, all that stuff. Final Fantasy kinda. Am I going the right way? Hang on. I didn't. Wait, no, am I? Hang on. No, I'm not. I will miss my turn. But no, it's like Final Fantasy kind of limits it. Like you can do trials and dungeons. You can do PvP together, but like PvP in Final Fantasy is not. I don't know. I don't feel like it's just one-to-one. You know what I mean? Like you could go from PvE in Destiny to PvP, and it wouldn't be like a crazy thing. But going from PvE to PvP in Final Fantasy XIV is not. I mean, I like PvP in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not amazing at it, but I like it. You know, I keep checking like I'm a man. I need MapQuest, clearly. But, yeah, no. It just, like, that's the one thing. Once I learned that, like, treasure maps and stuff, we started doing a little bit more of that, but I figured out some of the extra stuff you can do afterwards. But, like, when you look up trying to figure out what you can do with friends, people are like, oh yeah, just go do Chocobo racing. I'm like, how many Chocobo races do you really think you're gonna, you know, be able to realistically, you know, do? Like, do you think your friends are gonna be like, man, I love Chocobo racing? Like, it's more of a novelty to me, you know what I mean? It's like saying, hey, let's play a few games of Lord of Verminion, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, yeah, we could do that. I'm not as into it as you are, probably, but, you know, what do I know? I think that's the guy that was ahead of me. Let's just run through here and see if we can figure out where we're going. I haven't been to Little Ala Mhigo in a very, very long time. Been to Ala Mhigo more recently than been to Little Ala Mhigo. Alright, let's see. Oh, I skipped the line. I didn't mean to do that. Oops, cadoodle. Anyone wants to know what she said, go back like one frame. I bumped the button and I did it twice. A masked man? I'm afraid the description doesn't really ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundabald. Okay, I remember that name. It's a very specific name. Gundabald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Alright. Gundabald. Let's take a look at Gundabald. Yeah, it looks like a guy would be named Gundabald. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer to the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. He's just... You already got like a cool mustache. Why you gotta be that way? Well met, adventurer. I am Gilsabert, head of security here at Little Ala Mhigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gundabald. Knowing that bristly old bear, I don't doubt that he told you to bugger off. Owing to the hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men can get so much as a word and thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks to you or no, but thanks or no, I'll try to help my fellow man where I can, and you seemed a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, maybe I might be as I can lend a hand. I don't know why I had so much trouble with that. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have been on the lookout for Ala Mhigan to the south of here. It's there. If there's been any suspicious activity, they're like to have seen it. I hate to mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thanalan tea as so to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. So now we're gonna go talk to lookouts. What do you got for me? Love abigs. Do you love abigs? You know, I don't. I don't love abigs because I don't know what an abig is, and I have a feeling if I found out, I wouldn't like it. So that's my firm position on the matter. It's kind of cool to just run into people that are also in the exact same part of the story as I am. Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Have some tea, dog. Well, ain't ye considerate? My thanks, friend. What's that, a masked villain hiding among the refugees, like it is not? Me and compatriots live here, go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis nearly impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. I promise not to get caught up in this fate. Like, my brain goes, play the fate, because he's right there doing it. Nah, I'm not falling for that one again. I'm not going to be abandoned in the middle of a fate. You there. Are you Ala Mhigan? No? Then carry on. Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had a drop of sweet Thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got a dark, scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. Well, that's a way to put that, alright. I'm telling you, man, I ain't falling for it. My brain wants me to go jump in that fate, but I'm not doing it. I'm not falling into it. Shoo, don't bother me. If the Ala Mhigan overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry. A suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking to some Ala Mhigans. I assume he was one of them. Alright, so he's been, the thing that's weird is, what we know of, maybe that's just because I'm looking at this through the lens, well, it's not somewhat, it is definitely because I'm looking through the lens of the game as it was now versus, like, you know, like what it becomes. But, like, this whole thing where they're kind of, like, skulking around and stuff is weird, because the Ascians generally tend to not do that. They kind of have, like, more, like, yeah, we just kind of teleport where we want to go, and we don't really show ourselves to people necessarily. People don't really seem to know what we're doing. Maybe I'm misremembering, but it seems like it. Whereas this guy's kind of skulking around like he's almost, like, stuck here, right? Like, teleporting is not a thing that he does. And that just is, like, kind of strange to me. So I don't know. It's just like, you know, whatever. Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Ala Mhigans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. So you're determined to press on with your investigation. Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Ala Mhigans' trust, and the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does talking in Ul'dah, but Ala Mhigans are bound by something far stronger. It's not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundabald belongs to the Ala Mhigan resistance, so you best bet that best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Speak with Minfilia. I gotta go back and talk to Minfilia. All right, we're folding space then. If I have to go back and talk to Minfilia randomly, then that's the way to do it. I figured out how to skip that cutscene in the most efficient way. It's just sliding my finger between the A and B buttons on the controller until it just like immediately pops up and skips it. Because you try to, then it starts showing part of the cutscene. But if I don't want it to show part of the cutscene, then that's how we do it. Alright. Feels weird to be in like little Ala Mhigo and doing all this stuff when it's like I've already like actually freeing Ala Mhigo was like an eternity ago. At least it feels like it. So let's get and talk to Minfilia. Welcome back, Tiberius. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it is little wonder the Ala Mhigan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Ala Mhigans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Ala Mhigan native among the Scions. I would be pleased to introduce him to you. The thing is, I was only going to think about Lys, but like, is it... I mean, I guess... What's his face? Thancred hangs out in this area a lot, but I don't know. Your Ala Mhigan comrade is named Harabert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no efforts toward their endeavor, I would no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Harabert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Okay. I was thinking of someone like a main Scion. When they say Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I don't think of like all these like little people that just kind of stand around. I think of like actual people that do stuff. So maybe that shouldn't be so harsh. Oh, look at all the peeps are in here. You got your Rianje here, your Stola's over there. Ehrenveld? Ehrenveld's here and he's not in a wheelchair, man. Oh, sorry, spoilers, you know. Ida and Papalimo over there. Yeah, dude. If it isn't Tiberius Fox, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? Okay, kinda looks like Godbird. You wish to win the trust of the people of little Ala Mhigo? That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight for that lot. I used to be a member of the Ala Mhigan resistance, you see, but left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Ala Mhigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I have no friends here in the resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she is a resident of Quarrymill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. So now I gotta go to Quarrymill. Isn't Quarrymill in the Shroud? It sure is. Alright, we're teleporting. We're folding space. The Spacing Guild will do it for us. Back to Quarrymill. There are peeps in Quarrymill today. Who we got here? We got Kales Lucinder. And, can I try Utaro DeLost? You DeLost me with that name is what it is. Alright. Albreda. You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. Herbert sent you? Gah, that worthless whoreson. He abandons his comrade for his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me a favor? Simply incredible. I mean, I realize Herbert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Meffred, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Oh, that was brutal. I had to look at her for a second because I was like, is that the right... I mean, it says it's the right person, but I was looking at her, I was like, it's the butch kind of haircut thing going on. And I was like, I couldn't tell. I was like, oh. And she's also like, I don't think like a regular Hyur. I might be wrong. She might be like the Highlands one. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. Alright, let's see what dude wants. I'm Meffred, a proud man of the Ala Mhigan resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wound's gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. Damn it. I asked the villagers for aid and got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These quarry mill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. I met her like 10 seconds ago. I mean, we are like doing transitive property or whatever, transitive property of like actually, you know, like getting to know people. One of Mefford's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly I do, but they're my countrymen after all, but that'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been a quarry mill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it's Charlene, the Hamlet's resident hearer. If you take the matter up to her, she might be as she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. Alright, where's Charlene? Is she over by, like, dude over here? Yep. Alright, let's take a look at Charlene. Yeah, she got the little mage's hat thing on. Let's go. You wish to aid the Ala Mhigans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. This authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes or at the breast of men or men grown, are judged a night whether they have a place beneath the boughs. Yeah, talk like that. Alas, the Ala Mhigans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive the wood's bounty. Never has it been since the time immemorial, and never shall it be. I'm sure they'll be real happy about that. No problem there. Then how's it to be then? The bloody hero might as well kill Galen herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. I mean, he's mad about it, but I don't really blame him on that one. I led my men to Quarry Mill, hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found difference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hell's Galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I have no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is traditionally a remedy for poison purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd be forever in your debt. Alright, well, good news is I think that's close by-ish. So let's go find that. Let's ride our boy Mjolnir out and go get the horn we require. We maximize for efficiency, or maximum efficiency in this department. Okay, no one watched me. I'm gonna fly over this, so I'll have to like go around. There we go. No one saw that. Ah, you're back. Tell me you've got 4 horns with you. As a matter of fact, I do. You're a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralgar that there's at least one man in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buscarin, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he'd like to have tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him and have him ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Faramund here. Godspeed. Alright, yeah. That should be a easy breezy beautiful cover girl, as they say. I'm sure someone says that. You'll not bait me into another fate. Ah, Tiberius, ever a sight for the sore eyes. How fares the adventure? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You've got something to show me? Horns. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. Hi, I'm no stranger to the remedy. An Ala Mhigan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years and years ago. Safe to say he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Ala Mhigan soldier in Quarry Mill? Huh, so it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod that needs it. Oh, and don't worry about the little head off of payment. I still owe you a great deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Yeah, probably. Make me run around. You need to run like halfway across the planet to deliver an earring to like a little like creature thing. I would say you definitely do. Alright, pay pig mount is in full effect. We have giant lunar whale that my wife bought me. Probably mentioned this one already, but I just think about the fact that I'm riding around in like an 8-person mount for no reason. It's part of my random roulette thing. At some point I should look up where this is actually from. I mean, like, is it actually from the game, or is it just like referential to something? Inspiring minds want to know. It is well to see you returned. Have you the medicine for our brother? God bless you, adventurer. I'll see the galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden for him, trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Adventurer, Galleon has gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't be walking around, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's likely to deteriorate when it was better, where it was before or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Elbreda. Might be as the woman's seen something. Yes, keep talking to this lady who barely knows me. Ah, finally. Oh, that's just a lady. Ah, finally. It's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago, and he left me this sealed letter before he went off. Made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to burden any longer. This is why I will leave you all. Do not worry for me, just find your way safely to little Ala Mhigo. Ah, blast it. If I would have known that he would gone thinking, I'd have stopped this folly myself. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong. He's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in this weakened state is suicide. Well, then we better go find him, man. We gotta go find the... Oh, I gotta talk to this guy first? Well, alright. I thought we were gonna go off and do it, but alright. Out in the wilds? Alone? That fool. The great big sentimental fool. My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. I will find the man, and I will not be baited into fates. Alright, I know I'm missing something very obvious here. I see the circle, but I don't see the man I am looking for. Oh, there he is, okay. Watch out, a goblin. I might have taken care of that really efficiently. Galleon. Captain, but why? You should be all on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Ala Mhigans, and Ala Mhigans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, gods, dammit. The oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot in Ala Mhigan soil together again. Or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing you'll wish we didn't find you. I can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I will see you back at Quarry Mill. These dudes are jacked. But, you know, I'm also jacked. People don't know that because I don't show it off, but I'm jacked. Absolutely. You guys want to see something tangential? I don't know if it'll actually show it. But if we go over here, it used to be. Maybe it's not here because we're in New Game Plus. I don't see it. Maybe it's not here because we're in New Game Plus. Probably. I started the quest for the Astrologian, and then I was like, yeah, I don't really care, and then I just stopped paying attention. And so those people have been standing in these woods for like 7 years, just waiting for me to show up and like move the quest along, but I haven't. So, sorry, tarot card people, you're out of luck. I mean, maybe if you had Star Platinum, we could talk, but I don't think you even have Star Platinum. Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till it's strong enough to take the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend of my people. Ask me anything and it's yours, so long as mine to give. The corporation of people of Little Ala Mhigo, that's all? Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well. I'll provide you with a letter to show to Gundobald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined in the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I've no doubt that he will do all in his power to aid you. All right, we're gonna teleport because we don't need to spend a bunch of time not being there. Why have you returned? You are not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. You spoke with Melfred? It has been so long since I last heard from him, I had feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Melfred sees you as a friend, and any friend of Melfred is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek, and I will tell you what I can. An outsider resembling your masked stranger was reportedly been appearing near Little Ala Mhigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question them about their trysts, but they are not likely to yield information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may feel obliged to talk. Alright, we did all the questing to get all the trusting. Okay. A masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Gundobald sent you? Listen, I told them I was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the masked man and... Oh, you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw Old Bear's name around like that and expect me not to think I'm in for it. You are in for it. You just don't know how in for it you are. I'm way more dangerous than that guy. Place I always have a little bit of trouble like navigating it. That mount costs like 7 million gil or something like that. It's like 7 or 75, I don't remember. It's more than I got, that's for sure. Spent all my money on my house. What? You've been meeting the masked man lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say that I have, but I'll be sure to tell all my friends that you're looking for him. There's a bunch been skulking around right suspicious. Like, but I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and then that trouble mark me words. I have a hard time with that guy. That guy was like... It's the pirate-ish talk that gets me. It's like the pirate-ish or like the old English type talk that they do. Where they speak kind of backwards, like Yoda style. It throws me. Because my brain thinks that the sentence is going to go one way, but it goes the other way. I respect the hustle, but I'm just bad at it. So you've indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them, I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for once I burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Ala Mhigo. Not who could do not would do, but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we had been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did it, it was too late. Ala Mhigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time. Though the young ones know this not. Unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you aught of their plans, I would think you bring word to me. Hey, adventurer, you done talking with the old bear? I've got a message for you from Wilfred. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundobald and wants to word with you. Says he'll be waiting over the craggy area north of here. It's gonna plot a plot to try and assassinate me. Little do they know that I have also been a ninja once, and that made me cool and good at assassinating things. I know because I had a skill called Assassinate. And when you have a skill called Assassinate, well, then you don't have to worry about being assassinated anymore. That's the way it works, I'm told. Oh no, it's the whale again. I'll take the path of least resistance, obviously. No problem. Just walking around. Thanks for coming, friend. 'Tis no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping around? Did the Empire send you, or someone else? Krill got your tongue, No matter, whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get him! That's a bold choice there, Cotton. I won't let you foil our plan. I think you'll find that you will. You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us and beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it, we'll reclaim our homeland. I mean, that's a choice, I guess. It's a motorcycle. How when I first got this motorcycle, I was on an island over by where the shoot, what's their name? It's like, I want to say it's like the Confederacy. That's what it is. In Stormblood, the Confederacy. You hang out on their island or whatever. I remember like hanging out on the island and just flying around with the motorcycle. Alright. Attacked by Wilfred and his cronies, that they would go to such length for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Wilfred mentioned something about obtaining power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundobald. Ugh. Bertliana. What a name. Bertliana, God's preserve. What happened? I was out foraging when a corpse brigade came. They took me to their hideout and the whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Ala Mhigans? Do not beseech such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what they sustain us. Be strong, I swear to you. These villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wilfred, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Bertliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear that they may do something rash. Just like, what a name. Some broad shows up and she's like, oh no, it's Bertliana. I didn't even notice this gate was here. It would have saved me time earlier. Okay. Oh, it's just in here too. If I see there's a gap to go out, and then I just don't even notice that I have to look around. Alright, I have to ascertain the youth's intentions. Oh no, is that a twinkly map of Zanrak in the back there? You know, I haven't talked to like any of these people since like Ala Mhigo's freed. I kind of wonder like what they're saying. Like, oh yeah, we could just go home. What to think about it and get ready. But you know, like we could go now. What those animals did to Bertlina is unforgivable, and to think they looked down into us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wilred in the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. Oh, hunting knife. Alright. Pretty sure I need to go up top. I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. Oh, there's Wilred. Can't imagine he has anything to do with this. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might as be Gundaball's content to eke out his existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now where is the Seven Hells did I put that bloody map? Almighty Ralgar, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength and put an end to the suffering of your people. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again. Crystals, huh? Sounds like someone might be trying to summon a primal, which is kind of up the Ascian's alley there. Can't say as I'm jazzed about it, but in a way I am. Although I don't recall them actually summoning a primal, but they could theoretically do it. Gone? The whole lot of them? Then it is as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands. What exactly is they mean to do? What's this? A hunting knife and a map of Zanrak? Wait, you said Wilred spoke of crystals, did you not? But they couldn't possibly mean to. By the gods, this is rank madness. The young fools are untrained and unblooded at all. They have no notion of how dangerous an Almja are. They'll butchered before they get within 100 yalms of all the crystals. They're headed east. If we hurry, maybe we may yet find them before it's too late. Alright, let's go figure it out before we're running out of time. Actually, wait, where's that gate? There we go. Yeah. Take the airship. Alright. Oh, I see Golden Light. It's time for a solo duty. Let's go help out Wilred before he gets himself killed, hopefully. Wilred, do no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. Pull yourself together, lad. We were just going to make an offering to crystals to Ralgar, to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak and make off with the lizardman's cash, but they caught us, and so many dead. Gods forgive me. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. I regret our young ones' transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for a youthful folly. For all their failings, they are hope of Ala Mhigan people. This hope I will guard with my life. Like I put a little cane staff thing. I just realized I have songs. I got used to like actually having songs. I haven't had a song in so long that we've been playing this since restarting that I keep forgetting that I have them. Don't have the Over to the Arch song thing now. Can't do Reign of Death yet, but you know, hey. That's the worst of it, then so be it. I got this thing though. Which is actually pretty cool. Like trying to target this guy and it's just not happening for me. I just realized this guy's like a named guy. I was like, why is this guy so hard to kill? I'm like, oh, because he's named. He's named and that makes him special. You notice I didn't use any of my poison at all that whole time. I keep forgetting about it. For a bard main, I'm pretty awful at being a bard. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths could learn much from a man like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to little Ala Mhigo. Wait, you've come all this way? We have to get the crystals. They're right there, ripe for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Wilfred? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire to yourself and your friends? What? No, no one said anything about... The masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Ralger. He swore. Enough. I'll hear the rest of the story back in Ala Mhigo. I dare say if Tiberius will wish to hear it as well. Alright. I think I had my foot on the pedal for that. If I didn't, my bad. Sometimes I'm not wearing my normal shoes today, so the pedal doesn't feel the same it normal feels. Yeah, they tried to summon Ralger. Can't imagine that would be a good idea. The Azure Dragoon, huh? Level 70 Dragoon just hanging out by little Ala Mhigo? That's a choice. I should talk. I'm a level 100 bard hanging out with little Ala Mhigo. So... No more lies, Wilred. Tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Ralger, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motives, but I should have known. There's no solution, nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilred. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Ala Mhigo lives on with us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy. But whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer and outsider. I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me, and I'm sorry I tried to kill you. Sorry, my bad, I didn't mean to try and kill you. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are all kinds of souls such as you out there. Little Ala Mhigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here. Alright. Would that we had more information to offer, but what Wilred told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to that creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. Alright, so we gotta go back and talk to Minfilia. I mean, we're already here or whatever, but We're still not even like remotely close to where we're going. All right, let's do this. Let's juke it a bit. We'll go to Horizon and we'll take a chocobo porter in from there. It is cheaper than going all the way to Lim's Limits and then taking the boat, since we're already in Fenland. Almost picked old up by accident. I think when we get back, that's going to be it for this episode, and then I'm going to try and hope that the rendering turns out as well as I pray it does. If you watch this whole thing and you have any comments about it, feel free to share them. Otherwise, I'm just going to, roll with the punches, so to speak, until we finally find a nice, happy medium spot. Didn't get through any dungeons or trials really today, at least not in recording anyway, when I wasn't getting my butt kicked in testing. But still, not too bad. We got, we saved some Ala Mhigans, we gained the trust of some Ala Mhigans, we hung out in the thing. Oh no. Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? I don't know. Oh. Sorry. I just like the Eorzean champion in me sees that and goes, no, don't die. Okay. I just wanted to see if he was going to be alright. He was so close to dead, and I fumbled that myself a few times. Like, you're just hanging out doing your own thing, and you're like, oh yeah, I can do this, and then you're like, I have vastly overestimated my ability to fight this thing. And especially when you're early on, and you're like just a sprout, you don't know. You don't know what you can fight. You think, I could take that. And then you find out, actually, I took on one too many, or I took on too fast and didn't let myself heal, or whatever it is. So, I don't know how when I'm healing a healer, it's a lot more fun, so I just drop just a fat barrier on them. Like, they couldn't get killed if they tried, But, alas, I am not playing my Scholar right now, and that is not the point of this. I don't even have any Scholar set up on this, so that'd be a hard thing to do. Anyway, thank you for coming along on this adventure today, and, for enabling me in my random fate shenanigans. So, when we come back, hopefully we'll figure it out. I can't imagine that Garuda's that far off, as well as, like, the, some other dungeons are coming up. We're probably coming up on one. Not sure what, but it says back to square one, so I'm assuming we're going to shift focus. Like, we went that way, but we're going to go another way. So, I guess we'll see it when we get there.